Hello my boys, good morning. I just arrived from the kitchen with my coffee ready. Today I will show you how I'm generating a lot of currency in the Legacy of the Phrecia event, farming ultimatums. As you know, I'm a big fan of ultimatums and can be very profitable here because you're duplicating the rewards. So ultimatum, it's similar to ritual, it's about jackpot drops, finding really expensive things that you can sell. Yeah, so here I have an idol setup. I invest currency that I found in Ultimatum onto my idols. These are expensive idols and I will show you the budget idols so you can get started. Basically, we're duplicating the rewards and Ultimatum can give some really expensive rewards. Not only raw currency like Divine Orbs, but here you can find a lot of expensive things. For example, here it's an example. It got duplicated, I got 2 impulsars. Here's another example, I got this bronze with +2 duration. It got duplicated and I have tons of them. Look here. So they get duplicated. You get an expensive things and it get duplicated. Even gems you can find also from Ultimatum. It got duplicated, now I have 2. Another one here, it got duplicated, now I have 2. You understand the process, yeah? So let's talk about the scarabs, because the scarabs are also important for budget. So my setup is very easy to make. We're gonna focus on this one, Ultimatum Scarab of Bribing, yeah? There are players farming for catalysts, for example, and they want to get that duplicated, because catalysts sell good. You will still get the catalyst even without that scarab, which by the way, it's more than 1 Divine Orb, so the initial investment for that strategy is also high. This one sell really good, one intrinsic catalyst free chaos. This sells great, this sells good, so you can make profit out of this. As a matter of fact, I sold multiple of this. You also get inscribed ultimatums, which is pretty sexy, pretty nice. What I need to stress here, the idols, because are very important. You want to have 4 Conqueror idols, and with this line, ultimatum rewards in your maps have a chance to be duplicated. Doesn't need to be 25%, so I went for close to 100%. My idols are very expensive, because also it has the modifier from the scarab. Ultimatum encounters in your maps grant rewards as true you completed an additional round. So this is 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, 4 rounds, 6 rounds, and if we do it like this, 8 rounds. So when I start the ultimatum, I already get offered the high tier rewards. Yeah. So each round that you do, the rewards get better and better. Let me sell this crap. I made a video on my channel how to list your idols that you find, because this is a gold mine for new players that you can do. So again, let's go on the trade website, and we have here for the budget. You just look for this modifier so they get duplicated, you see? It's easy to get 80 duplication or 90% duplication just with budget idols. Later, if you want to invest more, you will take 2 modifiers. You completed an additional round, so you get better rewards offered, but these are much more expensive, especially if it's perfect roll like I have. You know, I paid 30 Divine Orbs, now it's 24. Yeah, I invested a lot into this. All the currency were made with Ultimatum because it prints currency for me. For everyone it will print, not only for me. Now for the minor idols here, you want this thing. So Ultimatum has multiple trials to stand in the storm circles, to kill enemies, and to survive. I will focus on survival because it's the easiest one. So you see, Ultimatum encounters in your maps have 60% chance to require you only to survive. 58 cents. So you want a lot of idols with this one, increased chance only require you to survive. This you want to take all the other minor idols here. What I have here, because I forgot. Yeah, here I'm guaranteeing to have an ultimatum encounter. So you want on your idols chance to contain an ultimatum encounter, so it's 100%. You know, you can take on the minor idols and on a totemic idol if you want. This is a tip. You can also take ritual altars in your maps. You're not doing the actual rituals, but it will drop omens. And from time to time you'll get omens of fortune and omens of correction, which are very expensive omens. My boys, if you don't like the totemic idol, no problem. This is optional, by the way. You can take just more small idols here that give you a chance only require you to survive, because you can trigger ultimatum via the scarabs. So you have this one, which is very cheap. You can use an ultimatum scarab, and this will guarantee that you'll have an ultimatum in your maps. And you can see it's pretty cheap. It's 1 chaos orb for 1 scarab. You can do it this way. But I prefer to have it automated, you know, I'm getting Ultimatum for free from the scarabs. This will save me some currency on the long run. That's why I can do it. But keep in mind, if you don't want to use this trash, no problem. You will use more idols like this, and you'll use that scarab to force trigger Ultimatum in your maps. Now let's talk about the special ones, which are the Keystones. Yeah, this is important. If you want to farm Ultimatum, you need this one, because Ultimatum is very rippy, especially if you're playing a non-tanky build. I'm playing a very tanky build, but this one makes it viable for a lot of builds. Ultimatum monsters and modifiers in your map deal 60% less damage. This also applies to spells, applies to everything inside the Ultimatum. So this is more than half damage that you take on top of all your defenses. So this can roll from 50% to 60%. Make sure that you get one with good roll. 58, 59 or 60%, so you take less damage. Now, as a downside, you will take ruin stacks, but this can be easily avoided if you have survival. You just run in circles and you'll see that you'll be fine. Also, the attacks that apply ruin are telegraphed. You can dodge them because you can see them. I will do some map showcase and I will discuss with live commentary what's happening there, so you have some tips and tricks that you can apply in your maps. This is mandatory. Ruinous Wagger, you want to have this Keystone. It's mandatory for this farm. This is optional, Grayling Outlet. It's only for advanced players because this has some upsides and downsides. Let's start with upsides. You have 13 rounds, meaning that you have more rounds to find expensive things. The more rounds you have, the better, let's put it like this. But as a downside, you cannot pick the modifiers. The trial master will pick the modifiers for you. That's why it's for advanced players. Because if you run it like this, you pick the modifiers that you want. You get used with which modifiers are bad for your build, which are good. So this is the safe play for new players. Veteran Pet of Exile, especially ones that played very tanky builds like I do here with my event build, can use this one. So they have 13 rounds instead of 10. So more rounds, more rewards. I will do the map showcase with this, but keep in mind, without this, it will be much more easier. Also, you cannot have the Trial Master boss at the end. But who cares about that? I'm farming here for the jackpots. Really expensive things. So I don't care about the Trial Master. He can drop some special catalysts here, which let me show you. So here we have tainted catalysts that can drop from the boss and some uniques. But it's nothing incredible, you know, I just focus on jackpots, yeah. It's personal preference. Some players might like to kill the Trial Master. I personally don't like. Yeah, so let's do some map showcase now, and you see this in action. So you can do any map, this is the idea. You just find the Ultimatum encounter and you do it. What's important to notice here is that the tier of the map matters. So if you're doing white maps, yellow maps, for example, tier 11 maps, they cannot spawn really expensive things. So don't do ultimatums in the white maps, for example. You want to get the best loot possible, I suggest going with high tiers. So keep that in mind. Now, if you're going for the budget, I'm assuming a lot of people will go for the budget. You will just focus on the chance to duplicate the rewards. But for the budget, I highly encourage that you use 2 sets of bribing scarabs. So this you will have Ultimatum encounters grand rewards as through you completed 2 additional rounds. We have 2 here, 2 here, 4 extra rounds. So as soon as you start the encounter, you already get offered good rewards. Yeah, they don't need to ramp that fast. Now I'm using just one because I already have these expensive ones. I don't really need to use 2 sets, but for this showcase I will use 2 sets. So if you're using the budget idols, just use 2 scarabs, hero bribing. Keep in mind these are quite expensive, Ebkios or a piece, but on the long run it will compensate because you generate a lot of currency with Ultimatum. So this is my setup and I put the map. Enough talking, let's do a map showcase and I will explain what I'm doing. Once inside you'll find the Trial Master. That's why I like maps with small layouts like Jungle Valley or City Square, because you'll find it easier. Yeah. Because the map is small, this is the idea. You see it with the icon on the minimap. You really don't want to waste too much time here. You just want to do the Ultimatum and you open the next map. Ultimatum, next map. You know, don't want to waste too much time in these maps. Just need to find the Trial Master. Okay, I found it. Here it is.
Will you wash clean the marks?
You see, it's survive, and because of those small idols that help a lot. Here what you want to do, you move in the edges of the arena with survival and you'll be fine. Like this. Edges. You see, like this.
Lightning.
So you'll see, you won't get those 7 ruin stacks if you move like this at all times. What you need to pay close attention from time to time, it will spawn some spinning whirlpools with blue on the ground. Those you want to avoid.
Lightning descends.
Yeah. So when you see some blue spinning whirlpools, you don't want to touch them, because those gives you ruin stacks really fast. That's all that you need to know. Because if you move like this at all times, you will barely get hit with ruin stacks. Oh, you can see already I'm getting good rewards. Yeah.
Avoid the miasma.
Because of the scarabs that give rewards are a tier higher. This, you see, these blue things that spin, those apply a lot of ruin stacks, and Saki boys touch them, and that's why they hate ruin or swagger. You see, I'm getting currency.
The storm comes swiftly.
What I'm looking here, I'm looking for expensive divination cards. I'm looking for expensive corruption. These that spin, don't want to touch them. Expensive corruption on certain uniques can be very expensive. Let's see. Tier 16 map, 8 mode, we take it.
Thunder and lightning abound.
See, that's all that you need to do. You move in large circles. If you get the stone stand in the stone circles, you try to avoid that. Or you try to do it, but it's hard. You need to stay still, and you will apply ruin stacks on you. Especially if you're new.
Fire seeks what it will.
That's why you want to play a tanky build. But if you're doing without the Keystone that makes the Trial Master pick the modifiers for you, you'll be fine. So here I'm doing on the hardest difficulty because the Trial Master picks all the crap for me. He usually picks bad stuff. You see, he picks only garbage.
Lightning is swifter.
If you pick manually the modifiers, you will know what to do. You pick only the best modifiers that your build can handle. Yeah. So now I have 13 rounds instead of 10 because of the Grueling Gauntlet. It's personal preference, but new players should avoid Grueling Gauntlet. You see, I don't have 10, I have 13 rounds. For example, here I cannot gain flash charges. It's pretty much shit.
Your blood.
I would never pick that manually, you know? So I need to be very careful how I press my flask now. You see, I had to press a flask. So I'm very careful here. That's why you should avoid this Keystone with 30 rounds.
The
Take this.
flames race towards you.
You see, I got ruin stack because of those spinning blue whirlpools. Those need to be avoided.
I cannot do this yet.
Yeah, that's all. Usually new players, they get ruin stacks because they touch those blue whirlpools a lot. You need to avoid them. And this is bad. I will stop it here and do a next map.
Choice.
You can see a lot of things. This can also work. Yeah. Let me identify this fast. See the... I want to check this one. We go here, we put base item. No. Let's do a new map. What I suggest if you're doing City Square is also pay the boss a visit at the end and kill the boss too. Okay. Because the boss is near, that's the idea. I'll take this, I'm gonna take this. Let's open the next one. Good. I'll do one more map so you get the idea. I wanted to explain those spinning blue whirlpools because that's the thing that... and let's do it without this Keystone. Okay, so let's say you just get started with this and you want to do it without Grueling Gauntlet. I'll show you how easy it is without it. This is easy mode. Because you pick the modifiers that you want. Okay, let's find the Trial Master. Here it is. Okay, so here I'm picking what you want. I will pick this one. I already know all the modifiers that are good or bad for my build. And the same thing, you run in big circles like this. You run so you don't get ruin stacks from certain abilities from the monsters. If you're always on the run, you'll be fine. I will take this.
Relentless assault.
You see, it's much more easier if you pick the modifiers yourself. Ultimatum is really easy. This is the idea. With that Keystone, you take less damage, so it's no problem.
Choking vapor.
Usually I suggest to take Choking Miasma, even with low Chaos resistance, because you move at all times. That's a good modifier to pick. Take this.
Miasma spreads.
Man, I simply love it. It prints things out of thin air, and from time to time you get jackpots, really expensive things that can also get duplicated because of the idols.
Contamination moves swiftly on the wind.
Yeah. You can actually even do stand in the stone circles if you know how to move. Also, you're picking the modifiers here, you're fine. Also, because we're using those scarabs, you're getting a lot of experience. Here I'm on my way to level 98. Yeah? So I leveled a lot in Ultimatums. Look at my XP bar, close to level 98. This gives you a lot of experience.
Your doom is dark and royally.
I cannot do this yet.
Yeah. So because this is a jackpot farm, don't expect to get 20 Divine Orbs item every 5 runs. You need patience, like 10 runs, 20 runs. You just open your new map, you do it. But you still get steady profit from the catalysts and the raw currency. So it's not wasted time, this is the idea.
Vengeance is cold indeed.
Yeah. So if you went with my starter, you'll have a good time, because this is a great build to farm ultimatums. Yeah. I'll put the build in the description of this video if you want to see it.
Death's cold grip is inescapable.
Yeah. So I'm not doing damage over time. This is not your typical explosive arrow ballista. I'm doing direct damage. I'm using point blank and other keystones and other... I'm not investing into damage over time items or on the skill tree nodes. So this is something different. Mirror arrow without quality? No, thank you. Yeah, I can stop here, because if the last reward is shit, there's no point to take it. And you check the rewards. I'll pick everything. And you open the next one. That's how it goes. Remember to kill the boss. If it's the boss nearby, you should kill it always. Here I got an omen. This was from ritual. That's why I explained that you might want to take ritual. Not to do the actual ritual mechanic, just for the omen drops. Okay. Let's go back. You see this one? Omen of Blanking, it's good. Let's check the price. It will raise up in price actually. 0.2 Divine Orbs. Good. Good. I will do one more and close the video. Now I will use my favorite keystone here. You need a tanky build. Maybe you want to go with my build. Let's do this thing. I think I got it from Ultimatum in the first run. We got it. You should check the map modifiers and see what's rippy or not. You need to understand your build. Good. First step, you find the Ultimatum. You find it. Man, I really need gold, but for this showcase, okay, I'll leave it there. So that's why I'm killing the monsters near the ritual arena, because they can drop omens. We have omens of connection and of fortune. Those are very expensive, you know. Here is the Ultimatum.
9 rounds. Yet
Look, I already got a gem.
still out of reach.
This will get duplicated. Sadly, it's not expensive, but 2120.
Slay them amongst the flames.
I cannot do this.
Look, these things will apply ruin stacks. These blue things, you need to dodge them. Don't hit them. That's how you end the run very fast. You touch those scrap. You see, you get a lot of catalyst.
Flames race towards you.
Yeah. Move in large circles. Watch your life bar also. So you need some map awareness. That's why with this second keystone is hard. This is very... One intrinsic catalyst is 3 Chaos Orb at the moment, you see? This is close to 30 Chaos Orb.
In the blood.
And it also gets duplicated, so I made 55, 60 Chaos Orb just like this. Yeah, good. You see, if I open the rewards, it got duplicated. 55 Chaos Orb just like this. Nah, these corruptions are not great.
I always noise spreads.
But sometimes you get some uniques that with double corruptions can be crazy expensive. Some of them even more than 50 Divine Orbs a piece, because you will get 2. Man, I love this farm. It will make you rich, trust me. Look at this one, Aura Gems. Let me check without this first. Yeah, this I can force it with like 50 kills and I will get 2 of them.
The bane of mystics and scholars.
In Crucible League, that shield was crazy expensive. You know, some of these uniques depend on the league that you play. Look, I got 2 of them, you see? 2 of them. Man, you got to love this farm.
The sun is setting on your success.
Look, I got 1 ruin. You can see it at the bottom, at the top left of the screen. At 7 ruin stacks, you end the run. That's need to be careful how many stacks you have. Usually attacks are telegraphed with blue that do ruin stacks. Look, I made money here. This is 50 kills and I will get 2.
Lightning.
So another 30 kills over here in just 1 map. Man, trust me, it's the best farm that you can do. Usually I invest my currency, but I think I made more than 200 Divine Orbs and this is day 6 of the league. Yeah? Mostly from ultimatums.
No defense.
I'm still waiting for a jackpot, you know, like a really expensive divination card or inscribe ultimatum, because it will happen. It's all about persistence. Man, I don't have life charges, I need to play carefully. You watch your life, you don't want to die. Now, because Trial Master picks the modifiers, it's hard. He picks trash. Look, for example, here. Monster hits are always critical strikes. You will never pick this yourself. I can die here, actually, because he picked really bad modifiers. But I will do this for this video. So here I have more than 1 Divine Orb. I will take this one. This is rippy as fuck. If I get hit, I can die.
Curious choice.
Yeah.
Chaos disdains predictability.
That's why don't take Grueling Gauntlet if you're new,
I cannot do this yet.
because you can die pretty easy here. Very easy you can die. Oh! 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 The reason I'm summoning totems at all times is because they absorb damage with the ascendancy.
Lightning gives little warning.
So I'm moving, I'm placing totem, I'm moving. Whoosh! Oh, fucking! You see, the bitch followed me around. But you see the showcase, you know? Hey, you see the showcase. Man, you see that rare? He moved, and he also had movement speed for some reason. He moved like Maggie Jagger. Hey, enjoy the rest of the day. Do this farm because you'll get really rich, you know? Trust PoE guy, trust the process. Enjoy the rest of the day and good luck.